Welcome to another episode of NOC Tech. Today I'm gonna build a PC that costs 400 Singapore dollars. That's about 290 US dollars for you international Americans that watch this. But before I go into that, I'm gonna thank our sponsors for today, desk. I'm gonna do the sponsor segment before the table reaches its maximum height. If you're looking for a desk that's motorized and affordable, we can customize your own desk. To learn more in the description below. Oh my god. So the goal for this build is to play AAA games like Battlefield 5 in 1080p at 60 frames per second. So why this price range and this goal? Because a PS4 will cost you about $399 and you can play games at 1080p at 30 to 60 frames. So you want it to be better. And here's a disclaimer, I am gonna find secondhand parts, buy secondhand parts, and some of y'all might want to follow this build. But do know you run the risk of the parts not working correctly. In other words, if anything happens, not my daiji, okay? Furthermore, if this is your first build, I don't recommend you to follow a build like this. I suggest you build a PC from new parts. You can watch my other builds from past videos here. Link is in the description as well. But if you do this build and you run into some problems, do comment in the section. I will do my best to comment on any problems are there. If anyone can solve the problems, do help out as well. So before I go in my journey, here are some useful tools. 1, a checklist so that you don't miss any parts. 2, a huge bag so that you can put a PC in. 3, a screwdriver. 4, alcohol swipes or lighter fluid so you can clean the thermal paste off your CPU. 5, thermal paste if you're gonna replace your CPU. 6, you might need some extra power cables or screws. And 7, you must do your research. It's not really a tool, but you must do your research. Compatibility issue is a real problem here. You need to know whether your motherboard fits the graphic card, it fits the power supply, it fits the video card. A few things to look out for is your power supply having not enough power for the video card. Another one is your CPU and your motherboard must be compatible. Also, your RAM. Make sure it's DDR3 or DDR2 or DDR4. Just some common mistakes. And here we go to the journey.
I'm back at home. I think the first thing you need to do, get a list on what you need to get. So you got a CPU, motherboard, the GPU, which is the graphic card, the RAM, the power supply case, and HDD. Hard disk drive. So I did a few research already. I messaged a few people. On the left is Carousel and on the right is like different forums, Hardware Zone, what is this? This guy is selling like a motherboard for like $20. But the problem with this is that he's selling this board with this BioStar model. When I search the model, you get this. You have the BioStar logo, it's red and white, and you look at it, it's like nothing like that. So one thing you want to do is research the parts, especially when it's secondhand. Ask for photos, make sure that the thing you're buying, especially right when he says unknown condition, cheap but buy at your own risk. So you gotta be more careful with this. This guy is selling a HP Pro, $100. Windows 10 Pro. You got RAM, you got 500 GB of HDD storage, and you get a case as well.
A few moments later,
I found a better deal. It's not a 4-core CPU, 2-core 4-thread CPU, the i3. If I'm not wrong, he's selling it with the monitor for $130. And an independent GPU means you can put another GPU in there. So I might take this one instead. I don't even have to buy a PSU or RAM. They have 8 GB of RAM as well. Plus a monitor. Can see from Test Manager it's 4 cores. What time can you deal and where? Then it's like anytime. Actually it's 2 cores, 4 threads, but don't worry, I'll still get it. I'm on leave. Oh, okay, cool. So I'm gonna get this first, I guess. We got this whole thing for $130. Hey, actually, we got a motherboard as well. So we have $270 to get. Don't even have to get a CPU actually. 2 cores is good enough, but I want to try to get a 4-core CPU and a GPU. We got so much left for the GPU. All right. Okay, so update the 970 on the forum. The guy just told me, sorry, already available, already reserved by other buyers. So we're gonna go back to Carousel. I found a i7 2600 for $100. It's alright, collection today, yes. I have $170 for a GPU and I can get a 970, which is pretty good. I think a 970 can play Battlefield 5 at 60 frames at low settings. Like that's my goal, right? That's my goal. So for the GPU, why I want to get at least a 970 on 780, right? Because it's on par with the 1060 for like fraction of the price. You don't get warranty, of course. The 970 is about 65% better than the 1050 Ti. And if you change this to the 1060, it's about on par. It's like 12%. Okay, it's 12% gain. Like for this GPU, you can run like medium settings and play almost any game at 60 frames. So this should be able to play low at 60 frames, you know? This guy just replied, working, he's selling a MSI Gaming 970. I love the MSI because it's red and it looks good. Like MSI products, especially the GPU, looks good. Alright, so update, I just got a deal for 970 a gaming 4GB for $170. So in all, I got a CPU i7-2600 for $100, the MSI 970 for $170, and everything else for $130. What does that add up to? $400! I actually did it and it's very fun. I'm gonna meet the guy to get the PC, the case and everything for $130. Amokyo at 5 PM, so I'm gonna get ready for that. Then after that, to get the GPU and CPU at Kallang MRT at around 9 PM. So there's gonna be a big gap. I'm gonna do whatever I want, maybe watch a movie or what, but exciting stuff. So in the heart of the theme, I'm gonna try to use public transport as much as I can to see how easy or hard is it gonna be transporting all this. The GPU and the CPU is gonna be easy, but now I'm gonna take the whole PC with a free monitor. Right, so here are the parts. $130 with a keyboard, a monitor. Goodbye. Okay, so I'm back at home. I'm trying to delete all the unnecessary software and I realized that this guy didn't delete a lot of his sensitive pictures. It's not porn. It's not porn. It's like NRIC and like pictures of his son and all this kind of thing. If I'm not wrong, I think he just deleted his Windows account. Like, you know, you change account over here. I realized that there's no name. I'm assuming that he deleted the account, but all the folders are still there. Like gigabytes of stuff is in there. Like you can see how long it's trying to delete stuff. So just a lesson, if you're gonna sell a PC, make sure you reformat it, delete all your folders, everything. Honestly, if there's sensitive stuff in there, don't even sell it with the hard drive because there is software that can recover data even if you delete it. So just a friendly FYI from Julian to the rest of the Singapore and maybe the world.
Tomorrow.
Alright, little update. I got my 970 i7-2600. I am actually testing out without any of them. This is the 550, the i3. It's running very badly. It's like, if you can see it, 6 FPS. Alright, I just put the GPU, it's working, and we're gonna test it out. It's going at 50 FPS. That's a big improvement. That's like 500% improvement. Looking good, looking good. So I'm gonna change the CPU right now. It's a i7-2600 on my hands. All you have to do, just take this out to release it. Take the new i7, make sure it's aligned properly. This looks good. Looks good. Put it, make sure this is below the screw. Tighten it. Yeah. I like to put thermal paste, like just a little dot. That's how I like to do it. I know some people don't like it. Some people like to spread it out. But to me, I think that's good enough. Too much is actually not good. If let's say you put too much, it will spread all over the CPU and even to the motherboard. You don't want any thermal paste to be on your motherboard. Let's see if it even runs. That's not a good sign. That's not a good sign. There's nothing happening. Nothing wrong. I'm in the BIOS. You just have to do some setup and it should be good to go. The final benchmark. How will it do? How will it do? Wow!
I'm back in the office and oh my goodness, I'm so impressed with this PC. I'm running Battlefield 5 right now. I played multiplayer a bit. You can hit 60 frames at medium settings. You can even go ultra and have like 40 frames per second, which is actually playable. It's not playable, but $400 PC. So just a recap on what I got. I got a case, a motherboard, a RAM, PSU, hard drive with Windows 7, a DVD CD-ROM driver for $130. I bought the i7-2600 for $100 and I bought a GTX 970 MSI Gaming 4 gigs for $170. Add ups to $400. Okay, but here's the thing. Although I upgraded CPU, it didn't really do much for benchmarking. And that's because the benchmark don't really use any CPU usage. But if I want to play games like City Skylines and even CSGO, which known to use more CPU, the extra 2 cores will definitely benefit gameplay. I'm going to show you a bunch of benchmarks. I have not benchmarked it as of now. I did benchmark Battlefield 5, so here's a few benchmarks for Fortnite, Dota, everything. So I did mention that I did have a hard disk drive with Windows 7, but it's Windows 10. How? I did some research on this, and apparently you can still upgrade from a Windows 8 or Windows Vista or Windows 7 to Windows 10 for free, even though it ended in 2016. The reason why I get Windows 10 was because the Windows 7 was a little hard to reinstall. You needed a CD key to actually get it on a CD-ROM or a thumb drive. For some reason, the Windows file keeps accumulating, and when I got this PC, the Windows file had 40 gigs of storage in it, compared to a fresh Windows 10 which only had 5 gigs. So very happy with the results. So am I happy with this build? Definitely. Is this the build I would want to use? Nah. Because what I would like to do is upgrade a SSD to run Windows even faster. You can play games, no problem, but multitasking, opening more tabs, downloading stuff might be a bit difficult. But here's a trick. You can actually turn off some services, especially Windows search, to not give so much load on your hard drive. If that said, you can't really search files very fast because what it does is does the index. So if you actually search, it will actually tell you that the search won't be as fast as normal. But you don't really need that if you're just playing games. So for a gaming PC, very happy. For a normal PC, upgrade an SSD, then I'll be happy. Other than that, I think I'm super happy with this PC. Again, special thanks to OmniDesk for sponsoring this video. Very good tables. Go and check them out in the description below. Let me know what you think about this $400 PC build. Will you want to try to do it? It's a bit of a risk, but do let me know. If you try it or you have any problems, do comment in the comment section below. And as always, do click for more, do click to subscribe, and I'll see you in another PC video or gaming video or anything. Very happy, very happy.